Hi everyone, Suzanne here. You have to bear with me a little bit today. My thoughts are a little scattered. Um, I have been writing um, for a memorial coming up soon for a dear friend who passed away a couple of days ago. And so this brings such an opportunity to open to the body of birth, life, and death. So last time I introduced the notion a little bit of the body as the abandoned crucible in our need to survive, our need to not be aware of what the body is saying, of what our emotions are saying, of what our feelings are saying, our senses even are saying, to not be aware of the deep silence that is within and holding everything that is happening in this crucible. And so one of the wonderful things about death is it cuts through all of our beliefs sometimes about what does it mean to be a human being. And of course, the crucible of the body and the crucible of human making is not success. It's not happiness. It's not even growth. It is the profound recognition that the cradle of our love of life comes knowing that it will end. And so in my friend's dying, he gives me another opportunity to enter in to that profound reality and obey it. We don't often want to obey. We don't want to submit. We don't want to surrender. And so what I see with people, with myself and others, when we are walking this journey, where we have needed to deny the limitations of our body, the limitations of our lives, when we have had to survive, and not just survive, but be competent and not need anyone and be self-reliant. What I realize a lot of the time, what people come to me for is we don't know how to grieve. We don't know how to let that abide in our body in an ongoing way. It seems to me that grief is not a feeling. Yes, there are feelings involved, but it is a skill. It's a skill that we don't really know how to do. It's not a skill we were taught to do. To allow these profound energies in our body to reside, these what are often paradoxical feelings that we have, how to let them reside in our body, how to grieve. And one of the things that we will get into more deeply is, why is that? What are the obstacles? What has the traumas that I have endured? How is that impinging on my ability to be open and vulnerable and receive and give? It seems to me that when you look at life, your body, as it ages, as it has health implications, this grieving, this skill, is really the twin of our love of life, of our ability to praise and hold this remarkable body that is life, that is all of life, that this particular body moves through this larger life. And so these twins of grief and love of life are, they're there. They're at the head of the table, toasting the living, inviting us to begin to surrender, or at least become aware of where do I turn away from myself? Where do I hold judgment in myself? Where do I have to be so competent? Where do I need to be successful? My boyfriend, one of my boyfriends, it's actually on the phone, so I can't read it to you. Meister Eckhart, the 12th century beautiful Christian mystic. And he says that God has not left home. We're the ones who have gone for the walk. So in returning to our body and becoming aware of where have I left this body? Where have I judged it, condemned it? Where do I hold it in contempt? Where do I hold death, deterioration in contempt? Where can I begin to renew? But before we can renew, because the renewal is already there, the love, the joy, the gratitude is already there. When we open the body to grieving, and it's not something that has an endpoint. I hear that a lot. People say, well, it's a process, and, oh, you're still grieving. No, it is, as I say, a skill. We need to learn how, because in our abandonment of the body, which we needed to do to survive, but it is calling us all the time to return, calling us for this alchemical crucible that is the soul to create something new that wasn't there before. Fresh spirit arising. So my hope is in the next weeks, we will look at how do I develop this skill? How do I turn toward that which is so scary? And what I do know is that we have to call on our ancestors, on our parents, on those that have gone before. Just like as I watched my friend as he was dying, he didn't look to what was now, he looked to what was, calling them, remember me. And this is our gift, is that in our ability to remember and to hold a place at the table for both grief and love, to toast the living, that we can find our home and find each other, this deep connection that is there in this quiet. Thank you. Please let me know how you are. Please feel free to contact me. If you want a conversation, I'm very happy to have a conversation with you. We can talk on the phone. You can email me. I know it's hard to reach out in our mandated, self-reliant, competent world, but please do. Please know you're so very welcome. Bye for now.